A massive crane hoists the shrink-wrapped V-22 Osprey, the culmination of weeks of meticulous logistical planning.
As the massive Osprey is maneuvered overhead, a ground crew worker confidently moves to his next station.
The transport team carefully guides the massive, shrink-wrapped fuselage, ensuring it clears all obstacles on its way.
A maintenance worker focuses intently, knowing this routine check on the landing gear is crucial for preventing disaster.
In a controlled training exercise, this firefighter advances on the Inferno, his movements steady and practiced despite heat.
The driver navigates suburban streets with extreme caution, fully aware of the unusual, valuable aircraft cargo he transports.
Inside the ship's hold, a worker guides the aircraft, his mind focused on the tight transoceanic schedule.
On a damp, overcast day, a worker guides the folded V-22 Osprey off the ship's ramp.
A dock supervisor watches with quiet intensity as the massive, shrink-wrapped aircraft is carefully lifted from the hold.
A supervisor stands with hands on hips, a posture of authority, overseeing the delicate aerial maneuver. The crane operator carefully pivots the massive load. They're viewed a wide panorama of the entire dockside operation.
The ground crew uses guide ropes to steady the aircraft, their coordinated effort preventing any unwanted rotation.
The truck driver keeps a steady pace in the slow-moving convoy, the setting sun glinting off the jet.
The driver carefully negotiates a turn at an intersection, the long trailer requiring a wide and calculated arc.
The sheer length of the fighter jet is apparent as it slowly navigates the public intersection under a bright sky.
The transport team feels a sense of accomplishment as they cross a major milestone, the highway overpass. The convoy proceeds down a rural highway, a surreal procession of military might moving through a quiet landscape.
And the camera holds as the entire convoy, a surreal procession, continues its long journey down the quiet highway.
A tugboat captain expertly guides his small but powerful vessel, maneuvering the colossal car carrier ship with skill. The crane operator begins the rhythmic process of unloading cargo, a task repeated hundreds of times daily. The action is smooth and deliberate, a testament to the power of the machinery and the skill of its operator. The container now hangs isolated against the sky, a simple box on its journey across the globe. The forklift operator waits patiently for his turn, knowing his role in this logistical ballet is to begin. The scene is a hive of controlled activity, each piece of machinery perfectly coordinated with the ground crew. The crane operator precisely lowers the container, guided by the ground crew ready to receive the payload. A worker prepares to secure the container, his movements efficient and practiced from years of experience on docks. The worker expertly twists the locking mechanism, connecting the sea-bound cargo to its land-based journey. With a clear hand signal, the worker communicates to the crane operator that the container is secure. The truck driver awaits the signal to depart, his rig now fully loaded and ready for transport.
The gate guard watches with a practiced eye, ready to coordinate its passage onto public roads.
The ground crew and military personnel have a final briefing, confirming the route and safety procedures.
The convoy leader gives the final go-ahead, and the massive red truck begins to pull its cargo. A lone bystander watches in awe, capturing the once-in-a-lifetime sight of a massive plane on their road.
The camera pans the length of the aircraft, showing its exposed internal structures during the slow journey.
The convoy continues, the tail end of the massive fuselage passing by, revealing the sheer scale.
The driver of the oversized load makes a careful turn at a crossroad, a routine maneuver made extraordinary.
This dynamic tracking shot emphasizes the immense scale and power of the truck and its historic cargo. The convoy passes a power substation, a juxtaposition of two massive feats of engineering, one for power.
A lone worker watches from the side, a small human element in a process dominated by colossal machinery.
The truck carefully backs up over temporary ramps, a precision move to navigate a curb without damage. A spotter inches the truck backward, his hand gestures ensuring the fuselage clears a tight fence post. The spotter stands back to get a better perspective, confirming the truck's alignment for the next move. The truck slowly moves the fuselage into its final position, the culmination of a long, orchestrated journey.
The complex and lengthy process of moving such an object is evident as the transport comes to a stop.
The transport operation is a slow and deliberate affair, with spotters ensuring every inch of the path is clear.
The massive object moves slowly away from the camera, passing an industrial building in the background.
The operation is complete as the huge fuselage rests in its final position, ready for its next stage. The scene is quiet, the main movement having concluded, as the truck prepares for its disconnection. The truck driver slowly moves his rig away from the cargo, his job done, leaving the massive fuselage. A red escort truck leads the way, its oversized load sign clearing a path for the convoy. An unexpected passenger peeks from the cockpit, a moment of levity in a serious and complex operation. Military personnel observe the arrival of the strange convoy, their professional demeanor unwavering even at the unusual sight. The humorous detail remains visible in the cockpit window during this major transport operation.
The truck and its oversized load continue their slow journey, passing through a park-like area with trees.
The BXAAR logo is clearly visible on the side of the fuselage as the convoy proceeds.
The convoy moves steadily on, a testament to the meticulous planning required to transport such an enormous object.
The American and POW/MIA flags fly proudly from the top of the truck as it passes.
A spotter watches as the truck makes a slow turn, ensuring the massive cargo clears all corners safely.
The driver concentrates as he pilots the Ball & Son Company truck, a key player in this puzzle.
Military and civilian personnel converse, coordinating the final movements of the aircraft fuselages at their destination.
This brief moment of darkness serves as a transition, building anticipation for the next incredible logistical marvel.
The dock comes alive with activity as multiple cranes work in concert to load and unload the massive ship.
The crane operator precisely lifts a container, its movement smooth as it begins its journey from ship to shore.
The loading crew works efficiently, securing valuable military equipment under the watchful eye of a supervisor. A team of workers unloads equipment, a scene of coordinated effort against the backdrop of massive maritime logistics. The ground crew stands ready, their eyes on the descending container, anticipating the moment to guide it. A female soldier supervises the loading operation, her hands on her hips in a pose of confident oversight.
The crane operator gently lowers the massive fuselage section, the straps straining under the immense weight. The end of the fuselage is sealed with a wooden cap, protecting the delicate components inside.
The ground team prepares the transport dolly, ready for the crane to place the multi-ton fuselage. The transport team carefully guides the massive, shrink-wrapped fuselage through the airfield, ensuring it clears all obstacles. The final leg of the journey begins as spotters guide the enormous fuselage into the maintenance hangar.
The journey from the outside world is complete as the workers guide it until it is fully inside.
The aircrew prepares for takeoff, the spinning rotors a blur of motion, as the powerful aircraft comes alive.
A deck handler gives the final signals, guiding the pilot as the Osprey lifts off the carrier.
The pilot executes a precise landing, bringing the advanced aircraft to a gentle hover just above the deck.
A worker takes a moment to admire the powerful aircraft, now safely stowed inside the ship's hold.
A logistics worker guides the aircraft into the ship's hold, his mind already on the tight schedule.
A worker admires another military aircraft, this one belonging to an allied nation, appreciating the shared technology.
The aircraft is carefully positioned on a lift, a crucial step in moving it between the decks.
Despite the damp, overcast weather, the operation continues, as the folded Osprey is carefully towed onto the pier.
With the rotors unfolded and spinning, the pilot prepares for a vertical takeoff, the aircraft's power evident.
The pilot smoothly transitions from hover to forward flight, the aircraft gaining altitude as it embarks.
The aircraft continues to climb, its landing gear still down as it gains speed and altitude.
The pilot skillfully transitions the rotors to forward flight mode, transforming the aircraft into a plane mid-air.
The pilot enjoys a moment of quiet focus, the vast desert landscape stretching out below.
The pilot concentrates, making minute adjustments to maintain perfect formation as they approach the tanker.
With a successful connection made, fuel begins to flow, a critical lifeline extending the aircraft's range.
The ground crew works together to manually position the aircraft inside the hangar, a task requiring coordination.
The aircraft is slowly maneuvered inside the ship's hangar bay, a testament to teamwork and precise handling. On a rainy day at the port, the ground crew carefully tows the valuable aircraft, their focus sharp. The aircraft is now secured in the hangar, its journey complete, and the crew's job successfully done.